Hey Tigers, welcome back to another episode of TSC Talks here on Tiger Sports Central. My name is Jack Slayton, and as always, I'm joined by
Javen Montgomery,
Torian Daniels,
Ethan Murphy.
Thank you guys once again for joining us for another episode of TSC Talks. In today's episode, we are going to recap this last weekend of football. It was a big weekend of football all around, whether you're talking about college football, NFL football, just a big weekend for the world of football as a whole. So we're gonna kick things off with the national championship. So as you guys may have known, the Indiana Hoosiers just defeated the Miami Hurricanes in I thought it was a really good game. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I thought it was also a pretty good game. At first, it was really defensive and it was kind of boring. But when that second half started, Miami started scoring touchdowns. They were going back and forth. But I mean, I think it ended. I like Indiana. I'm not mad that they won. I wasn't mad if either team won. 3 straight for the Big Ten, the superior conference. So I wasn't mad that they won.
Ethan?
Yeah, well, like you said, I mean, I wasn't really rooting against either team. I kind of had a little bit of a favor for Miami. I just really like that team. I like the program. So, obviously I rooted for them, but I'm not mad that Indiana won. I mean, they had a really good year, but ultimately I just think that the Hoosiers were the better team. Not defensively. I mean, defensively, Miami was probably as good as it gets. I mean, they have so many first-round picks on that team. It's gonna be really interesting to see them project. But I mean, I think that, like Torian said, the Big Ten is the better conference. The SEC is the regular season conference because nobody out of that conference tends to win much in the postseason. But yeah, the Hoosiers make it 3 in a row for the Big Ten. Still not the best national championship team out of that 3-year window, though.
I would have to agree on that one.
Okay.
Go Blue.
All right. Now moving on to the National Football League. We had a lot of things happen, a lot of performances that I think some teams and some quarterbacks would have wanted back. So we're going to go around and kind of get everybody's takes on who had the worst quarterback performance. There was some not great QB play. We'll start with Torian.
Yeah, I would. I'd give that crown to Josh Allen. It's just like year in, year out. You go into the playoffs, you're like, we got this one, and they really had the best chance for this. No Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes,
no
Lamar Jackson. I mean, it was a clear shot. All you had to do was go through Bo Nix, and you could not do that. What, he had 4 turnovers? 5. He had 5 turnovers. That's insane. That's your quarterback?
Yeah, he's a good one too.
Not good enough. He ain't won nothing. He ain't won a thing to be good.
I mean, you could say the same about Lamar.
MVPs, I mean.
For any constant viewers, you'd know that for the past 2 months at this point, I've said one thing, in that enjoy the regular season for Buffalo, because that's the best it's going to get. Look, I root for the Bills. I don't have anything against them.
Oh, come on.
I did. I was rooting for the Bills to beat the Broncos. I thought, man, it'd be interesting to see Josh Allen in the Super Bowl, and he couldn't keep his end of the bargain up. And he never really seems to do so. And you can cry about calls all you want. You're not going to win a game when you have 5 turnovers. That's just simple logic. Against that good of a defense, you're not going to win a game with 5 turnovers. And you can say it's not his fault at all. You can say this, you can say that. But ultimately, a lot of the blame does fall on him. The quarterback gets the blame when the offense is bad. So, I think that by default he has to have the worst performance because, like Torian said, no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, no other superstar really, and he still couldn't do it. And this is going to be a smudge on his resume for probably the rest of his career.
Because he ain't winning nothing. Nothing.
Javen, any thoughts?
I'm going with Josh Allen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with Caleb Williams.
Or Jordan Love, to be honest.
Oh, Jordan Love. Yeah, he didn't play this last weekend. We got knocked out by the Bears. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But
we ain't never losing to the Bears.
I'm going to go with Caleb Williams. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, Caleb Williams. Whoa, he ran backwards and threw the ball up in the air. That terrific play. Wow, he did awesome there. That was a really good play. It was like a highlight reel play, like one of the best plays I've seen. But I mean, I feel like that play overshadowed the rest of what he did that game. That was just terrible. Like, in overtime, they had that game won. They were in field goal range, and he threw the ball up in the air, and it just got picked. And that's not the only time that he threw a pick that whole game. Sure, it wasn't some flashy big number like Josh, but if you look at that game, I'm going with Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams would not have thrown that pick at the end of the game, the Bears would have walked home with it.
If DJ Moore
I was
ran
about to
his
say,
route,
I'm not even
we
trying to
wouldn't be
like,
here.
I'm not even trying to like say you're wrong or anything, but DJ Moore just stopped mid route. I'm
was
not
jo-
saying
he
he
was
would have
jogging.
caught it, but he at least would have like defended it at least.
No, deflated it down.
Like he did not. He didn't even finish his route.
I just mean, you look at that game, and it seems like the only thing people are taking away from it is, oh my goodness, Caleb Williams is so good. I saw one play. And maybe I'm biased because I'm a Packers fan, but I don't think that one play makes you like the greatest quarterback ever. I just don't see it out of Caleb yet.
I mean, it's his second year,
It is.
first playoff.
He's got a good career ahead of him. I'm just not 100% sold on them yet, but we'll see. We talked about this a little earlier. I know we got some Bills haters here, especially Ethan. He's a big Bills hater.
Was I wrong? Anybody in this room say I was wrong?
You were not wrong. I agree.
I'm not wrong. What were you saying? Continue.
Okay, thank you. So, as you may have seen, following the Bills' sad playoff loss, their head coach, Sean McDermott, got fired. It was a shock to me. I mean, he was kind of on the chopping block, but personally, I don't think he should have been fired. I mean, you look at a guy who, I think if you look at his games, like he has it's really good, and the only blemish on his record is 8-8 in the playoffs. And the thing with that is there's better teams in the playoffs. It's just like you're going to lose some to better teams in the playoffs. In the regular season, you're not playing as good of teams. So I don't agree with the Sean McDermott fire, but what are your guys' thoughts on it?
I don't agree with it either because, I mean, I feel like if you're making the playoffs that consistently, you're winning games. It's hard to find, like, a better coach. Like, who are they going to replace him? You know what I mean? But, I mean, they need something to change, obviously, in that team. They need something to change to win some playoff games. So if this is what they think is right, I mean, I guess.
Now, I'm going to look right in the camera when I say this. I told you so. I told every single one of you 3 and 4 months ago, oh, Sean McDermott's on the hot seat. Sean McDermott's going to get fired. Because I'll bring up the comparison again. For those who watch the NBA, Tom Thibodeau with the New York Knicks, look, they were great. They won a playoff game. They won a playoff series. But they could never beat the good teams. They could never beat the real teams. It's the same with the Bills. Something had to change. I mean, you can go, it's no better than Tomlin's 9-8. It really isn't. I mean, you can be as mediocre as you want, almost there as you want, but if you really want to take that next step, the coach has got to go. And I think he's still a great coach. Is all of this his fault? Not particularly, but sometimes this is just what needs to happen for success in the long term.
You look at it, and when they fired him, I know you can't fire him off of a loss, off of a win, but in my opinion, I would have almost kept him another year because you look at who is in the head coaching market right now. The top 2 candidates are gone. Jeff Hafley's gone, Robert Sala's gone, Stefanski's gone, Harbaugh's gone. So you're down to like Joe Brady, which, I mean, he might be the guy for Buffalo. He's in their system. But I just feel like it was a dumb fire with how late we are into this coaching cycle. But they actually played against the Bills. They beat the Bills. It was the ending. Once the news came out, it was pretty heartbreaking. Bo Nix is out for the season. So the Broncos go into the AFC Championship against the New England Patriots with Jared Stidham as their quarterback. It was some news, rumors and things. A lot of people wanted the Broncos to try to bring in someone else to kind of maybe get something else going there. So I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on, do you all think the Broncos need help at quarterback, or is Jared Stidham their guy?
I think, didn't they sign Ben DiNucci? I'm pretty sure they did.
There were like rumors about it. I'm not too sure if they made it.
But I mean,
official.
I feel like he's been in the system the whole year, so this is probably the best they got. And he's somebody, so might as well.
Yeah, I mean, for Denver, it's a team that offensively has been critiqued all year. It's not a specifically great system, but at the same time, it's a system where, look, Bo Nix is great, he deserved his starting role, but I think that there are a lot worse circumstances to be without your quarterback in. I think that, Denver's a team ruled by defense. That's their bread and butter. That's what it's going to be going into this game. But ultimately, I think that if Stidham's able to just be okay, if he's able to not make terrible mistakes, then I think the Broncos still have a very high likelihood of winning. Simply off the fact that the Patriots really haven't played anybody particularly good on offense this postseason. And so, yeah, I've seen some rumors going around that they should hire or bring in someone else. I just don't like that. I think that this late into the year, the stakes at their highest, bringing in a veteran, doing a Phillip Rivers with the Colts kind of thing, just wouldn't fare well, especially on the biggest stage for the conference. So I think they're making the right decision sticking with Stidham. And, he has experience under Brady. So, there are a lot worse backups out there.
All right. Yep, I agree with that. I mean, you look at who is out there. You got like Cam Newton. He's just more of a distraction than a quarterback at this point. I mean, who else could they even go and get?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I would just, if I'm them, I would just stick with somebody that knows the system.
I mean, Colin Kaepernick maybe.
Is he even allowed? I don't think he's even allowed to
He's
come
kind of
back.
blacklisted. But
Yeah.
I think of it like this. If this is like week 15, maybe I would have, but it's way too late in the game.
It's win or lose, so you got to stick with the guy that knows the system and can at least give you. I mean, he's a backup quarterback in the NFL. He's gonna be good.
I agree.
And he hasn't done anything that's like laughably bad.
Yeah.
He's not like a horrendous player. So
So
it could be a lot worse.
And the Patriots suck, so they could win because Broncos defense is really, really good.
Yeah, that Patriots offense did not look good. I think May had 4 fumbles, and I think he threw a couple of interceptions.
But also that Texans defense is really, really good.
Yeah,
also. So.
But you could say that. But we'll see with the AFC Championship. We'll go more in depth with our actual predictions for those games a little sooner. We want to close out this episode by getting everybody's thoughts on the recent head coaching hires. So we've had 4 big hires. We had John Harbaugh to the Giants. We had Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons. We had Robert Saleh to the Titans. And then we had Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins. Of those hires, are there any of them that stand out that you guys think will really change cultures or ruin them?
I think John Harbaugh to the Giants is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I like that too.
I just think they got like hype around them, and all they needed was a coach, and I think John Harbaugh's a great coach. So that's my favorite.
I think it's pretty easily Harbaugh, but I'll touch on Stefanski. But I think for the Falcons, it's a perfect hire. The Falcons are a team year in and year out that disappoint, are incompetent. And what was Kevin Stefanski his last year in Cleveland? He was disappointed and he was incompetent. So it's a match made in heaven for the Falcons. But yeah, and then of course Robert Saleh. I mean, it's a decent hire. I think that it's a very safe hire for Tennessee, who can't get much worse, I think. So yeah, a pretty normal cycle right now, but I think we've yet to see the best.
Yeah, personally, I think Stefanski and the Falcons might actually work out more than people are giving them credit for. I mean, you look at what Stefanski was able to do with the Browns. Not that last year with the Shador stuff, but before that when he was 2-time Coach of the Year, took them to the playoffs. I mean, now that Stefanski is actually going to have some real talent and not Joe Flacco and I don't even know who else, Nick Chubb and David Njoku. I mean, those are good guys, like mediocre guys, but now you're going to get like Bijan Robinson and Drake London, maybe even Kyle Pitts in there. But we'll see.
They just need a quarterback.
What?
They just need a quarterback.
They really like Penix.
I'm not liking him.
I'm not either. I'd go with Kirk Cousins.
I'd just draft.
Yeah, I just don't think that's a good pull to, or at least draft even a late rounder just to see.
This is a quarterback class where you can get a low draft pick, like a Ty Simpson or something like that.
I mean, there's lots of QBs that I could see moving. There's like Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Justin Fields. There's some decent names that I think could thrive in Atlanta. I'm going to say the worst hire so far, I think, is Robert Saleh. I think Robert Saleh is a great guy. I love Robert Saleh. I think he is a genius, a defensive play calling mastermind. I just don't see this working out. He did not work out in the Jets. I think the Titans, you compare the Jets roster that Saleh had and the Titans roster that they have right now, and I'm taking that Jets roster every day. And and he failed with the Jets. He just flat out failed. I mean, they had Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Zach Wilson wasn't great, but then they had all those defensive guys, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, and they were like 7-10. And now he goes to the Titans, who their star is DK and Cam Ward. I'm just not sold on him. But are there any other hires that stand out to you guys, or anything else from this weekend of football?
That'll be it right there.
All right, perfect.